Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV and welcome to game 20 of the Premier League predictions video. So let's take a look at the games that are coming up. Now obviously Manchester City are playing tonight, but we're going to look at the forthcoming games. So kicking off on the 28th of December, which is tomorrow, 12:30 kickoff, Brighton at home to Bournemouth. We've then got 3 o'clock kickoffs, which are Newcastle versus Everton, Southampton versus Crystal Palace, Watford versus Aston Villa. Then moving through to 17:30 kickoff is Norwich versus Tottenham, followed by West Ham versus Leicester. And then the late kickoff is a 7:45 kickoff, which is Burnley at home to Manchester United. Moving on to Sunday, which is a 2 o'clock kickoff, Arsenal versus Chelsea. And then a 4:30 kickoff, Liverpool at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. And then we finish the Christmas period, which is a 6 o'clock kickoff, which is Manchester City versus Sheffield United. So what we're going to do is, as usual, we've got our three guests, which are Kiam, Martin and Ryan. So first off tonight, I'm going to kick off with Kiam.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate you having me on again for these Week 20 predictions. So here we go. I'm going to go with Brighton 2, Bournemouth 1. I'm going to go Newcastle 1, Everton 1. I think that one will be a tight affair. I think Everton will go up to St James's, part of the bus, and I think that'll be enough for them to get a result and go back to Goodison with a point. Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 2. Crystal Palace are a decent side on the road. We know Southampton have struggled at home this season. Obviously, they lost 9-0. So I think Crystal Palace will go away and pick up the victory. I've gone for Watford 2, Aston Villa 1. I think the Nigel Pearson effect is going to galvanise the Watford team. I think Villa have done well this year, but I don't know. I can see them struggling in the second part of this season, and I think Watford may have a bit of a revival and start to climb the table. So 2 on Watford. I've gone for Norwich 0, Tottenham Hotspur 2. So I think Tottenham will get a comfortable victory at Carrow Road. Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going to go for Norwich to score a goal, but I actually think Tottenham will keep a clean sheet in that one. I've gone for West Ham United 1, Leicester City 3. So West Ham struggle. They struggle at home, they struggle away, they struggle everywhere. So I think Leicester will bounce back. I think they're going to pick up a decent win there. They've got the pace of Vardy. Obviously, they're quite well organised under Brendan Rodgers, and I think they'll have too much for West Ham on the day. And then we've gone for Burnley 1, Manchester United 2. So I think United will actually pick up a victory at Turf Moor. I think it's going to be a tough game, but it's the kind of game that will probably suit United, because Burnley being the home side, they will come out a little bit more. That'll leave space, and I think United's pace will probably just push them over the edge and push them over the line and get that victory. So 2-1 to United. Then the London derby, Arsenal versus Chelsea. I've gone, strangely, some might think, for an Arsenal victory. So I've gone for Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. So I think there's going to be a bit of a bounce at the Emirates. It's going to be Arteta, new manager, new sort of life in the Emirates, if you like. That bounce you get when the manager comes in. I actually think Arsenal might do it. I think Arsenal will beat Chelsea by 2-1. And then the next game is Liverpool versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. So I've gone for Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. I think Liverpool will have a routine victory at home. I don't think they'll struggle. Wolves will come. They'll set up, quite a solid shape, but Liverpool will probably get a goal in each half and have a comfortable home win. And Manchester City versus Sheffield, a game that I will be attending at the Etihad. My one game for the year. I'm back in the UK, and I'm hoping that the scoreline I've predicted here will be the right one. I've gone for 4-0 to Manchester City. I think Sheffield have played well this season, but City at home with the Christmas crowd behind them, with me in the crowd, singing at the top of my voice. Going to see them home to a 4-0 victory. So those are my Week 20 predictions, Andy. Thanks for having me on, and best of luck to everyone else with their predictions.
Thanks, Kiam. Really appreciate that. Still top of the table. We'll see at the end of the Christmas period whether he's still there. But next up is Ryan.
Hello guys, this is Ryan with my predictions for Game Week 20. So I have gone Brighton 1, Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 0, Everton 2, Southampton 2, Palace 0, Watford 1, Aston Villa 2, Norwich 1, Tottenham 3, West Ham 0, Leicester 2, Burnley 1, Man United 0, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 3, Liverpool 3, Wolves 1, and City 1, Sheffield United 0. Starting with City, I very almost went 1-0 Sheffield, because I'm recording this on the 23rd, so we'll have played before then, and I kind of want to see how we get on there. But hopefully we can keep up the good performance, the upping performance that we had off Leicester, and carry that through. But Sheffield will be very hard to break down, because they're fifth for a reason. At least now they're fifth at the moment. Anyway, Brighton losing to Bournemouth. Just giving Bournemouth the edge there. I think they've got a better attack, so I've gone with them. Everton, new manager bump. Ancelotti should make them solid at the back, 2-0. Southampton, Danny Ings is on a very good run. Palace, not creating much, really. Penalty is probably their best chance that they're going to get. I think Southampton can pull out the victory there with Danny Ings maybe getting 2 again for my fantasy team. Watford, Villa, two teams that I just think are pretty crap, especially at the moment. Villa aren't doing much. Grealish is pretty much their only outlet, but as they actually have an outlet, I've gone 2-1 to Villa. Norwich, Spurs, should be routine for Spurs. I don't see Norwich pulling off another major upset. So just 3-1, maybe get a goal, Cantwell or Pukki. West Ham, can't see Leicester getting off the back of their 2 tough fixtures against us and Liverpool. Back to nice routine wins for them, I think. Just simple 2-0 victory. Burnley beating Man United. Burnley at home. It's Burnley, they're always just going to turn up randomly, so I'm just gone for a 1-0 there. Arsenal, Chelsea, I think Arteta will be his first big game. I can't see Chelsea not coming away with the victory here. I don't think Arsenal's defence will be able to handle Chelsea. And I don't think Arteta will be able to handle Chelsea either at the moment. Liverpool, a bit more convincing this game. I think it's a midweek game. No, 28th? Might be a weekend game, not sure. Should be more convincing here. Wolves, they're alright, but I mean, I don't see them getting any points off Liverpool especially, so I've gone 3-1 to Liverpool. But make sure you get your predictions in on the Discord, and back to Andy.
Thanks, Ryan, for those predictions, and don't forget a big massive thank you for looking after the Premier League predictions on the Discord channel. If you're not a subscriber, go over to the Discord channel. Next up, we've got our presenter, which is Martin.
Cheers, Andy. Martin here, Man City Man TV, back again. Let's go again. It's the busy Christmas period. Let's go with this week's predictions then. Well, these next few days' predictions. I'm going to start. I'm going to give you my rundown, and then I'll go through 2 or 3 results and why. So I've gone for Brighton 3, Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 1, Everton 2, Southampton 2, Crystal Palace 0, Watford 2, Aston Villa 1, Norwich City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2, West Ham United 2, Leicester City 1, Burnley 1, Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Manchester City 3, Sheffield United 0. So, let's look at some of those. Let's start with the one of the biggest games of the weekend: Arsenal against Chelsea, Arteta against Lampard. So this is obviously going to be Arteta's first home game in charge at the Emirates, and I've gone for 1-1. I just think these two teams are going to cancel each other out, really. I don't think either of them are top quality at the moment. Chelsea got some good results lately, but they have got a rick in them, very similar to us in a way. A young squad, or a promising squad, a squad that right now needs to prove themselves as we're heading to the January transfer window before Lampard gets some checks signed, or Abramovich gets some checks signed, and some players come in. They've been linked with some big players, but I just think Arteta will not allow his team to be beat on his home debut. But I think Arteta's got a lot of work there to do, and I just think this is going to be a little bit of a stalemate, this one. So I've gone for Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1, City 3, Sheffield United 0. Now people are thinking 1, clean sheet, 2, 3 goals past Sheffield United, who are in a really good position in the table, a lofty position, the surprise package, you could say, of the 1920 season. But like I said, I think we've just hit a good bit of form, and I think, do I think the title's over? Yes, but this is our chance to put a little bit of pressure on. So if there is any slip, I said slip, I hope Gerrard ain't listening. If there is any kind of slip, we have to be there to absolutely pounce. We have got to be, and we've got to get Liverpool looking over their shoulder just a touch, put a little bit of pressure on, because right now it's too easy for them. Let's get that pressure on, and I think we'll do that. And I think the way we're going to go into this thing will be positive. I think the crowd will be up for it. We'll all be full of turkey and everything else. It's a Sunday evening. Let's do it. So, guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm going to send you back over to Ander. Have a great New Year. Speak to you soon. Martin here at Man City Man TV. And as always, up the Blues. See you later, guys.
Thanks, Martin. Really appreciate that. Right, over to my predictions for game week 20. So, first kicking us off is Brighton versus Bournemouth. I've gone for, you've guessed it, absolutely a 1-1 draw. On to Newcastle at home to Everton. Well, I think Newcastle are going to be too strong, and I'm going to go for Newcastle 2, Everton 1. On to Southampton versus Palace. Southampton, what a result last week. I'm going to go for Southampton to win this 2-1. Watford versus Aston Villa. I'm going to stick with my usual draw, and that is Watford 1, Aston Villa 1. Norwich versus Tottenham. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to think Norwich might get a point out of this. I'm going to go Norwich 1, Tottenham 1. On to the late kickoff, one of the late kickoffs on Saturday evening. That's West Ham versus Leicester City. I think Leicester, even though they've come on the back of 2 absolute batterings by Man City and Liverpool, I'm going to go West Ham 1, Leicester City 2. And to finish off Saturday night's games, this Christmas, New Year period, it's Burnley versus Manchester United, and I'm going to stick to my usual 1-1 draw. I know United had a wonderful result, 4-0 or 4-1 against Newcastle, but I'm going to stick with Burnley, getting something out of this game and going for 1-1. On to Sunday, 2 o'clock kickoff, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Call it as you wish. 2 teams that are not playing great football, not doing very well. I'm going to go for 1-1. Surprise, surprise. On to the 16:30 kickoff, Liverpool at home to Wolves. Well, as this video stands, we've no idea tonight what Wolves are going to do against Man City. But I still think Liverpool, they battered Leicester last night. I think Liverpool are going to be far too strong for Wolves. So I'm going to go for Liverpool 3, Wolves 1. And on to Sunday. Don't forget, come over and chat to us outside the Blue Moon Cafe. We'll be there at this game, which is Manchester City versus Sheffield United. And for me, I'm going for an end of the year a rout. And that is Manchester City 4, Sheffield United 0. Moving on to the tables. Well, the table which does not include the Manchester City game, as it says there, because this video is going out before kickoff tonight. As it stands at the moment, Kiam, wow, has had a brilliant week. Last week, Kiam has extended his lead. He's top of the table on 114. Ryan Curry is behind him still on 104, but Bernard Deneen is all over Ryan at the moment on 102. Barron's House is in fourth on 96. Martin on 88. Ethan Aspinall on 85. I'm on 79. Something's not right there. After the results I've had this week, my lord, I think I've got 3 results already. But anyway, 8th, Dank City, 77. Sections on 76 along with Callum. 11th is Sargent on 69. Mingy Wong on 61. Ace King on 51 in 13th. Alex on 16 in 14th. Roderick Oak 9. Darren 9. Ashkith on 6. Daniel De Bruyne on 6. Aguero's Q on 5. And propping up the table is True Blue 1972 on 4. But anyway, that's the Premier League predictions that are coming up, starting on Saturday with the Premier League games, and then running through to Sunday, which finishes off with our game, Manchester City at home to Sheffield United. And don't forget, this table is only prior to tonight's game, which is Man City away to Wolves. But anyway, good luck, and don't forget, go over to Discord, join the league, get your predictions in, put your predictions in below this table. But anyway, we're hoping for 3 points tonight against Wolves. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and we'll see you for the next round in 2020.